Hello all, my name is Mars, and welcome back to the Rise of the Golden Idol, the Curse of the Last Reaper DLC. This is our last case in this DLC, and in all of the DLCs. This is gonna be the proper finale to this series, which I'm really sad about because I've been doing this series for such a long time. It's so familiar to me now. But there's no reason to delay any further. Let's see what this man, who I think the captain, is so happy about. Wish Bloom. Old bones and old sins. Taking a bit to load. Okay. So these would be the pirates, and it looks like they're dangling a man down into this cave. Can't bear to part with this treasure, eh? Then you can stay with it forever. Ha! Achoo! Ha 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 ha. Okay, this one's gonna be complicated. I see that we have 3 event screens. Okay, so this guy has 2 daggers, what looks like a key of some sort, a paper with a blue circle on it, the original map. Is this the captain? I'm pretty darn sure this is the captain. Yes, because he has his weird staff sword thing. Yes, Captain's Journal. February 27th. Our raid went off without a hitch. The Lemurians were no match for our steel. The treasure is ours, so this is after they've stolen the artifact from the Lemurian ship. When I cracked open the chest, a potent, sweet scent poured out and filled the room. Pleasant though it was, it set me off in a fit of sneezing. February 28th. Word of our attack has circulated. I have learned that the Seven Seas Company has ordered its naval forces to search all ships entering the company's harbors, and to seize any Lemurian artifacts found on board. I know a place where we can hide the chest till this blows over. Then we'll set sail tomorrow. Okay, so he's got a sneezing fit from the artifact itself. Okay. And these would be the people that were off the ship in the last scenario that we saw. So we have the doctor, we have these 2 seamen, and we have the powder monkey, Stefan. Please, Triton, if he must be sentenced to death, can't we at least allow him a quick and painless end? Don't leave him in that hellhole. Don't fret, Ada. If he told true about those man-eating white alligators attacking them, his death will be quick. Otherwise, the Burke will get what he deserves. You think the alligators may have been a lie, Tom? Then maybe Jimpo is alive. So this is where Jimpo went. Shouldn't we check? What do you think, Cyril? You're very welcome to climb it down to the grotto and find him, Stefan. I'm sure as hell not risking it for that bastard. He drew his lot and sealed his fate. So this is Jimpo who is speaking. He has a tattoo on his back of 2 eyes and a hand. Captain. Okay, so he's holding the others were all holding a page with an O. His has an X on it. Maybe they drew lots. Maybe they drew lots and he drew the short straw, basically. So that's why he's being sacrificed. Captain, as this shall be our final meeting, I must say that you are sorely deficient in both elegance and intellect, and bear more resemblance to a brute than a man. Okay. He has the quill and the ink, though. And he has this paper. Hold on. I need to check everybody else's. Everyone's O's don't have that little chunk taken out of them. His X does. And he's holding the paper and the quill that the X's nose were drawn on, and they were drawn with, and the pair of scissors. So it seems like he is the one who drew out the X's and O's, or the X and the O's, and made it obvious to himself which one the X was, so the X must be a good thing. So he might have cheated somehow? It seems like a very... I mean, we don't know what the lots were drawn for, so I can't really say for certain. His boots are muddy and have little bits in them. These gray and red bits. Maybe glass? And what's falling with him? This flower. Or is it a flower? That looks more like crystal. And it's emitting something. I think this might be the wish bloom, based on like what the achievements look like. Sir Walter Keene, Esquire. Who is Walter Keene again? It's so hard to keep track of all these people. A broken jar that looks like the shards that were in his shoes. There are the alligators. They're awfully cute for man-eating ones. Alright, let's see what's in this cave. Oh, this must be Jimpo. So the man in here, that was Walter Keene. So 2 people drew X's. This could be Jimpo. The man is not breathing. He has glass shards in his boots as well. There is a key for the chest, but the chest is not open. Okay, I think that's everything we can look at in this timeline, so let's go to 1927. This should be the end of the expedition, and first thing I see is someone tied to a tree. Is that Jasper tied to the tree, and this is Ivan? The man is not breathing. Oh, hold on. What does RA26Q mean? Okay, whatever. This isn't the... What is he? The photographer? The guy who killed Antoine Spilsbury in the last one? This is not him. That's what I thought it was at first. This is the guy from the first scenario in this DLC, who I thought had killed the woman, but he hadn't. He had just been in the bar the entire time. How did he get here? He's not breathing. He's dead. He's got a big old bullet hole in his chest. Which type of boxer are you? What's your greatest strength in the ring? Strength and power. Which weight class are you? Heavyweight. How do you generally win a fight? Tire out my opponent, then strike. Total your score. He is the ogre. Grasslin. Gentlemen, are you tired of being a disgusting slob? Do you have a mountain of weight that you just can't shift? Your prayers have been answered. Take 1 pill with each meal and watch your figure transform. Dr. Darren's Miracle Fat Burning Pills. Not for men under 70 kilograms. Common side effects in lighter individuals include excessive hair loss and breaking out in purple spots. Purple spots, that sounds important. Okay, so he's got like a dirigible or something, an airship. Use left-right engine outputs to steer. Hydrogen provides lift as it is less dense than air. Use air balloon to regulate altitude. Max carry weight 30 QFs. 1.5 QFs equals 1 kilogram. 300 times 1.5 equals 450 kilograms. Should be plenty. Is his math correct? I don't want to do math. I don't want to figure it out. I think it's correct. Okay. Ooh. What am of my friends is playing Dispatch. I'm kind of excited to play that game, but we're here right now. Eliza, Myrtle, can you hear me down there? We've made it down. This place is teeming with that awful weed Myrtle showed us. Thank God she brought protective gear. A gas mask? That seems to be filtering out some of the particles that we saw earlier coming from the crystals. Okay, why is he tied to a tree? We have a grave for Ada Baker. She lived a dangerous life but always landed on her feet. Some flowers. Alright, I need to look at this just to... Ooh. Ivan's weight in kilograms, Ansel's weight in kilograms, Treasure's weight in kilograms. Oh, jeez. It's math and physics. Not my favorite. Okay. Less than 50 kilograms, 75 QFs. What does QF stand for? Is that a real unit of measurement? Is it British? R104 radio beacon. Okay. Less than 100 kilograms, 150 QFs. $150 QFs equals 100 kilograms. Hold on, I'm gonna take a look at Ansel's notes again. 1.5 QFs equals 1 kg. Okay, so 100... No. Yes. 150 QFs would equal 100 kilograms. Okay. The math seems right to me. I don't know what to tell you. I had to remember my decimal placement rules. Jeez. Putridium. This inert vine is known for its foul and overbearing aroma, often likened to that of rotting eggs. It can be used to mask the scent of food, deterring wild predator and scavenger animals from detecting or approaching it. Sorrel grass. There's a page ripped out of this. This text does not go with this image. So this is not sorrel grass, but an unknown weed. This weed continuously releases fine hook-shaped spores that can lodge themselves deep within the lungs, causing tissue scarring and damage. Okay. Treasure of Captain Triton is not currently there. Okay, there's the skeleton that was there. Also, what the hell is this? Is that a giant squid? Is that the beast that we've heard so much about? RA26Q, is that what it said? RA26Q. Okay. Where is that written on him? Okay, so there's Ivan. He died in when the airship sunk. The man is not breathing. He took Gracillin. 5 of 6 bullets remain inside the pistol. He might have shot Ansel. He's got a key. Alright, it doesn't look like he's overdosed on this stuff. Pressure and envelope. Engine 1, left propeller. Up, increase power. Down, reduce power. Inflate, deflate balloon. Up to inflate, down to deflate. Engine 2, right propeller. Propeller. I can talk. Up to increase power, down to reduce power. Okay. And pressure and balloon. So there's... Is this piece the envelope? Okay. Altitude. Okay. So currently they are not very high up. They're in the water. So the pressure in the envelope and in the balloon is max, probably because they're in the water and they're not supposed to be. Ansel, stop. Wait on nearby island. Stop. When I have it, I will activate beacon stop. Fly to beacon signal, stop. Others may emerge from grotto with me, stop. Bring Tommy, stop Ivan. Bring Tommy, stop Ivan. Who sent this? Oh, it's not stop Ivan. It's a stop, like a full stop. And he's signing his name. Okay, I'm super dumb. Okay. Ansel, wait on nearby island. When I have it, I will activate beacon. Fly to beacon signal. Others may emerge from grotto with me. Bring Tommy, Ivan. Tommy is the gun. The Tommy Guns magazine is full. And there's the treasure. I'm guessing it was too much weight. Alright, now let's go in the cave. Hi! So that's really it, huh? No wonder she wanted me to do it. Tell me, do you enjoy your life? Okay, so... it looks like Myrtle is dead. Expedition contract. The spoils of this expedition shall be split among the 6 party members as follows. Antoine and Radigan are gone. Jasper Wiles gets 30%. Eliza Swan gets 45%. Ivan Kearns gets 25%. Myrtle Song currently gets 0, and she says, I, Myrtle Song, hereby promise to give my share of the treasure to Eliza Swan if she is able to find the Wish Bloom. So I'm guessing Myrtle did not trust her. The person is not breathing. Okay, there's a... Ugh. What is on this blade? They both have one. Okay, here's the bit that was, taken from the book. This weed grows thick and tall in dark caverns and hates sunlight. It is entirely harmless, but does get an inert slime all over everything it touches. That explains what's on the sword. Okay, this is Myrtle's book. And here, a diagram of what I am assuming is the Wish Bloom. Her ruby ring. I know it's down here somewhere, but where to even begin looking? We're surrounded by a thick wall of sorrel grass, any part of which could be covering it. It would take a lifetime to hack through all this. We need to be sure of our direction. Who's speaking? Hold on. An empty glass jar. I need to go back out and look at Jasper's. This place is teeming with the awful weed Myrtle showed us. Thank God she brought protective gear. Does Eliza have a walkie-talkie? She does not. 5 of 6 bullets remain inside the pistol. Who is talking through this walkie-talkie? It's not Jasper. He's up there. Huh. Okay. Who are you? I've lived a long time, milady. Oh. You're Walter Keene. You have the same back tattoos, although you're a turtle now. I've lived a long time, milady. Much longer than most, and I can honestly say my best years have been spent living this way. With the Wish Bloom by my side, I feel wonderful. So he's answering her question. To whomever may find my cherished Wish Bloom, I have tried to keep you away, but clearly my efforts have been in vain. So concludes my explanation of the Wish Bloom's effect and the medium through which it acts upon its subjects. If you doubt what I have written here, brace yourself, then cast your gaze above the entrance. Do not be alarmed by my appearance. I mean you no harm. I tried to keep you away, so he's confessing to being the one who killed Radigan Olita and strung him up. But he means them no harm now. Alright, that's all the spots. Alright. So, math. Let's get this damn math out of the way. We gotta do it like with individual numerals too. This is gonna be terrible. To turn left, ensure left propeller, right propeller. Do I just need to know how an airship works? I don't know this. Weight limit. Okay. That's the easy part. Weight limit in QFs is 1.5. Oh, no, it's 300. 300 weight limit in QFs. Or QFS, I don't know. Weight limit in kilograms. 1.5 is 1 kilogram. I think this math checks out. Hold on. No. No, they've got it backwards. I don't know how to explain this right, but they've got it backwards. They should be... If QFs are smaller than a kilogram, then the 300 should be bigger than the amount of kilograms, right? So they did the math backwards. So it's like 1 QF is equal to 2/3 of a kilogram, is kind of how it should be written. Okay, so it's actually 200 kilograms. 200 kilograms is the weight limit. Ivan's weight in kg. Okay. I'm guessing that Ivan took this quiz, so he is greater than 90 kilograms. At least 90 kilograms. No, that's Ansel. And Ivan took the Gracillin, and he doesn't have these side effects, so he is greater than 70 kilograms. How do I know how much the treasure weighs? How do I know this? I mean, it weighs enough to sink the ship, right? Ugh. This math does not make sense to me. Hold on. To ascend, I'm guessing inflate balloon, and to descend, deflate balloon. So to turn left, the right engine power output has to be greater than the left engine. And to turn right, ensure the left engine power output is greater than the right engine's. That makes sense to me. guess they were trying to go straight because the propellers are both about the same. So why do we need to determine whether they're trying to turn left or right? I don't, or how they turn left or right. Seems useless to me. Okay. So, all I know is that the treasure is too heavy. The three of them together, it's too heavy, so 70 plus 90 equals 160. So in order to be greater than 200 kilograms, the treasure chest would have to weigh 41 kilograms, and their total weight is greater than 200. Damn it. Okay. Hold on. I probably need to look at the manual closer. Oh. Hydrogen provides lift as it is less dense than air. Okay, so actually you want to deflate, inflate, okay. And they were trying to inflate the balloon and go down, but they went down too much. I should take another look at these events. Let's go back to 1797. In 1797, in 1797, someone found in 1797 who was this? Walter Keane? Walter Keane found the wish bloom, so he was tasked with entering the grotto together with Jimbo Jenkins. They hid the treasure in the cave. Inside the cave, let's see, how was Jimbo killed? It looks like he has like a tiny injury in his side. Let's see, could that have anything to do with the... Oh, there's the beacon. The wires probably have something to do with it, but I'm not there right now. That's not where my brain is currently. No. It's not one of these. This one just smells bad, the tritium. I don't think he was killed by an alligator. Inside the cave, I think that Walter Keane killed Jimbo. Walter Keane then stole the wish bloom. Before exiting, Walter Keane I think he must have buried the wish bloom in one of these places because this stuff masks the sweet scent of it. Before exiting, Walter Keane sealed. Wrapped it in a Putridium vine, maybe? Hold on, we can see the wish bloom out here. Yeah, he wrapped it in a Putridium vine. Wrapped the wish bloom in a Putridium vine because this masked the smell. But because someone was caught and sentenced to death. Because someone sneezed? Because Jock Triton sneezed? 2 or fewer incorrect, okay. Okay, so there are 2 things incorrect. What does Walter Keane have on him? Could he have killed Jimpo? I honestly don't think he could have. Unless you had 2 daggers, correct? Yeah, he had 2 daggers. He could have very well have taken one from Walter. Seems unlikely, though. Alright, what are these guys saying again? You think the alligators may have been alive, then maybe Jimpo is alive. Should we check? What do you think, Cyril? I mean, there are alligators. But did one kill Jimpo? I don't think so. What's the broken glass about? The broken glass at the bottom of their shoes. Walter Keane found... Okay. Walter Keane is correct. Hold on. Okay, so these 2 are the ones that are wrong. Those 2 are wrong. Oh. He rigged the lots. Okay, he rigged the lots. Right, okay. That's what I was saying in the beginning with the X's with the little ridges cut out of them. He rigged the lots so he would be chosen. In 1927, okay. He said to Ansel, "Some people should be coming out with me." So these 4 all went into the grotto. The people we would expect. Eliza Swan, Myrtle Song, Ivan Kearns, and Jasper Wiles entered the grotto and found the wish bloom. No, they found the treasure. They found the treasure. While winching it up, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That's it. That's what I had wrong. 100 kilograms. Treasure's weight in kilograms. Hold on. What are the two? So this has to be used to bring up things that are less than 50. This has to bring up things that are less than 100. So they didn't use the green, so they had to use the 50. Treasure's weight in kg. Okay. Okay. Let me do the math again. Does this make it wrong? I don't know. 70 plus 90 equals 160 plus, so 210. All right. The math is done. I can breathe easy now. I took a look at those winches. The winches were mentioned and I was like, right, the ropes. And I just knew I had to go back and take care of it. So I didn't have to have it hanging over me anymore. I wonder if you could... I've always done the supplementary information before I do the events. I wonder if you finish the events, does that just end the scenario? Could I have not bothered with this? It's okay, I did it. It's fine. While winching it up, Ivan Kearns activated a beacon. When Jasper Wiles climbed out, we're looking for Ivan Kearns and Ansel Marsh restrained him. Someone then something. Someone, because he's something to something. Oh. Ivan Kearns then shot Ansel because he... Actually, it sank without Ansel even being in there. So it was gonna sink anyway. Let's see. 70... It must not have anything to do with the weight then. They were gonna sink anyway. So... I don't know, but this must have been for another reason. The sinking. Because he... Because he knew the weight limit? Okay, so we know that Ivan Kearns drowned. No, I didn't mean to go in there. What am I looking for? I'm gonna guess knew the weight limit and then figure out the rest of this. Because someone sabotaged the airship? Ansel Marsh sabotaged the airship? No, I didn't think so. Um... I meant to inflate, which would lower it. Okay. These three, I'm pretty sure, are correct. Someone shot Ansel Marsh. And I'm guessing that these are wrong, too. It can't be because he exceeded the weight limit. Ivan plus the treasure only weighs 120 kilograms. That is not enough to cause the ship to sink. So it's not that he exceeded the... Oh! Did he inflate the balloon thinking that it would send him up, but it actually sent him down? Hold on. Because he inflated the balloon... Because Ivan Kearns inflated the balloon... Hold on. That might be it. He might have thought that the airship worked in the opposite direction than it did. Two or fewer incorrect. Okay. Okay. So there's only one wrong. What's something that we're positive of? How about restrained? We're gonna replace restrained, because we're pretty sure that's correct, because Jasper is all tied up. Okay. Weight limit is correct. He exceeded the weight limit, and they restrained him. Okay. When it said he, it was talking about Ansel, because Ansel exceeded the weight limit. Okay. Meanwhile, in the grotto, someone something to give someone someone if she's something to something. Okay, we know this. Myrtle Song promised to give... where is she? Eliza Swan... treasure if she found the wish bloom. Okay, we know this. To achieve this, hold on. No wonder she wanted me to do it. But after reading Walter Keane's letter, I think it's that Eliza Swan shot Myrtle. Shot Myrtle Song. I'm guessing this is the conclusion. To achieve this, someone Eliza Swan realized that I'm gonna have to mull over this wording a little bit. Let me take a look at what they're holding again. That's written in the right colored pencil. I noticed that people had differently colored pencils. She has a yellow one. And the yellow one was used to write I Myrtle's song, Promise to Give My Share of the Treasure to Eliza. Okay, so that's not fraud or anything. Okay. An empty glass jar. The wish bloom has bloomed. What is to achieve this? I'm guessing Eliza Swan, this is how Eliza Swan found the wish bloom. To achieve finding the wish bloom? I'm just trying to compare this. Like, he must have planted the wish bloom there. Somehow. To achieve this, Eliza Swan removed her gas mask? She's not wearing her gas mask. Is there another gas mask, like, out here somewhere? Yes. She removed her gas mask. And entered... And she followed the wish bloom's scent. But after reading Walter Keane's letter, Eliza Swan realized that someone something. This is just a weirdly constructed sentence. The verb here must be in a form of an adjective. I think. But after reading Walter Keane's letter, Eliza Swan realized that Myrtle's song knew the wish bloom smell transformed people? Okay. Okay, she knew that it transformed people. because these are what these notes are about. Okay. So it's showing a human transforming into an animal, basically. And Eliza's just realized that Myrtle screwed her over. So she's like, how dare you, and shot her. So it's not like to prevent anything, it's just like, oh my god, my life is ruined. So that's why she's saying, do you enjoy your life? Because she knows that she's about to suffer the same fate. I mean, not suffer, because he seems to be happy. She's about to go through the same fate that Walter did. I don't recognize any of these people. This is only 3 years after the last one. Did you ever wish you could change the past, my love? No, darling. I already got my wish. And so much more besides. Is that Ada Baker? I think that might be Ada. I'm not entirely sure. But the gravestone here does seem to imply, because we never learned how she dies. We saw Stefan pointing a gun at her, but we never knew for sure whether or not he actually shot her. But this is obviously Walter. And I'm not sure who this is. It could be Ada. It could be. Alright. So here we have the full story of all of this. On February 27th, 1797, Jock Triton and his crew pillaged a Lemurian ship after someone tipped off someone. With the treasure in their possession, the crew got something by the something something. I'm guessing this is the Wishbloom's smell? They got infected by the Wishbloom's smell, except for the bosun, because he had no sense of smell. He had no nose. The crew got infected, so everybody on the crew got infected. And I think, you know, everyone here looks pretty normal, but during the broadside betrayal, there were people showing, like, animal symptoms. Like, this guy was foaming at the mouth. This guy... Ooh, he's growing gills. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yeah, these guys are all turning quite animal. It looks like he's growing fangs. His ears are growing spines. She's got blue spots all over her body. And Stefan is clearly ill. Oh my god. Stefan is the beast. Stefan is the beast that kills his father, isn't he? Because he was taking this boy to shore. He was taking Stefan to shore. But he could smell the Wishbloom just like anyone else. And he turned into a monster and he attacked his father, and his father probably had to kill him. He did have to kill him, we know. He was like, I shot it. In the events of the first chapter, it was like the beast attacked Garner, who then shot it. Ugh. That's sad. So that's why he was saying, "I'm sorry, son," at the end. That's why he was saying, "I'm sorry, son," because he had to kill his son, who had killed him in turn. That's really sad. Okay. I don't know who tipped anyone off. Oh, we're gonna have to go here, aren't we? Someone, yeah. Ergen 2 tipped off Walter Keane. Okay. Man, I wish this epilogue was happening outside in the main screen, so that it would make a little more sense and I could have checked that more easily, but it's whatever. Ergen 2 tipped off Walter Keane. The crew got infected by the Wishbloom smell, except for Eleazar Garner because he had no nose. Meanwhile, the Seven Seas Company searched for the treasure. So the crew hid it. While doing so, Walter Keane stole the Wishbloom, but he was caught and sentenced to death in the grotto. Okay. On the way back to the ship, everyone successfully somethinged everyone except someone, who then somethinged something. On the way back to the ship, Ada Baker successfully killed everyone, poisoned everyone, except for Stephen Garner, who then infected everyone else, right? Who then I think he shot Ada Baker. On the journey back home, the remaining crew members killed one another, except for Stephen Garner and Eleazar Garner, who escaped with the map. They escaped with the map. After making it back to Port Armando, Stephen Garner transformed and then fatally wounded Eleazar Garner, who in turn killed Stephen Garner. Meanwhile, these two also transformed. Meanwhile, back on the island, Walter Keane and whoever the hell this is. It's not Ada, because Ada was shot. It says as much. Although, she has the same eyes. I guess the Wishbloom could have helped her survive. Okay, 2 or fewer incorrect. Okay. Okay, so I think I was wrong about the rest of the people on the ship. They just went crazy and killed each other because they're bad people. Okay? It's not because they were turning into animals. All the foaming at the mouth and the weird ears and the blue spots, those were just pirate things, I guess. But Stefan did transform because he was on the island. Maybe he infected Ada Baker? I don't know. What's something we're confident in? Oh. What did I change? Okay. What's something I'm confident in? Okay, so there's... Okay. So there's one thing incorrect. Eliezer Garner. I think they escaped with the map. I'm gonna guess it's infected. Okay, yes. And they also transformed. Okay. No, that's not correct. Do this again. Okay. Who then spared Ada Baker. I think that's correct. He spared her. Okay. Alright! That one took me a little while, but it all makes sense. The wishbone smell infected the pirates during their journey to the island, although they didn't know it yet. After the poisoning, Stefan spared Ada, so she returned to the grotto to rescue Walter. The couple lived together, happily together, until Ada's eventual death. Wait. Yes, when they found the wishbone, everyone was infected. So the people on the boat were infected. They were transforming. That's why it specified everyone except Eliezer. The 4 or 5 people who were off on the island in the grotto, they were at the island to hide the treasure. Everyone was there when they found it, so everyone except for Eliezer was affected. So I was right the first time. Everyone was transforming into animals. In 1927, Myrtle convinced the expedition team to wear gas masks into the grotto, telling them the sorrel grass there was dangerous. That's why she ripped out the piece of the guidebook. When Eliza learned that the wishbone smell mutated humans into animal hybrids, she realized the real reason Myrtle had insisted on the masks, and that Myrtle had sacrificed Eliza's humanity to find the wishbone. And here we are on the island. Are we gonna see Eliza's transformation 5 years later? Yep. Someone's going back to the island. Jasper? Oh. He left a bunch of the cigarettes she likes. And some books for her. Thank you for playing. Yeah, I liked that one. I think I definitely liked it better than the last DLC, which was just confusing at times, especially in the end. The only problem I really have with this DLC is that it had absolutely nothing to do with the main game, and very, very little to do with the first game either. I was so convinced that it would have a lot to do with the first game, and I guess it did with, like, the Seven Seas Company. I'm pretty sure that was an integral part of the first game, but and the cult stuff, but at the same time it really this game doesn't really tie into the main game at all. It's just its own self-contained thing, which I'm a little disappointed by because, like, the last DLC, The Age of Restraint, as I was saying, it really did not... It left me with questions, you know? Like, hold on, let's go back to The Age of Restraint. I was so sure we were gonna get an answer as to what this thing was when in this game. I was like, I hope that the Wish Bloom is this thing, you know? And then when it turned out to be this weird crystal flower, I was like, oh, so it's really not gonna explain to me what this thing is or what it does at all. Because I was just so confused by all of that. And it left a lot of unanswered questions, like, what does this guy, I forget his name, Hector something, what does he have to do with Echo Secunda and Oriel Toussaint and all of that? Like, I was left with questions that I thought might be answered in this final DLC and weren't. You know, so I'm a little disappointed in that. But otherwise, I enjoyed this DLC for what it is. It's a unique kind of cap on the entire Rise of the Golden Idol series. Makes some good use of its mechanics. Like, I really enjoyed Broadside Betrayal. As someone who loves Return of the Obra Dinn, and has watched many a playthrough of it, I never actually got the chance to play it for myself. There's really, like, only, like, 2 games that I've watched Let's Plays of without playing that I've regretted watching the Let's Play of, and Return of the Obra Dinn is one of them, because I've always been like, oh, that would be so fun to play. This case kind of gave me Return of the Obra Dinn with a Golden Idol twist, you know? Using the mechanics of Golden Idol to give me Obra Dinn. And I thought the story was, like, really tied together well, especially the story in the 1797 part of it. I do really like that there were two different timelines. But I think that the 1797 timeline was a little more interesting, especially with that neat little epilogue we got. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm really sad that this means that my time with Rise of the Golden Idol is done. I mean, maybe there'll be a third game, I don't know. I don't know what their plans are. I feel like this DLC, run of DLCs for the Rise of the Golden Idol might have been, like, their last hurrah. Like, here are a few more ideas we want to throw at the wall before we put this game to bed forever. This concept to bed forever, but you know, I always love more. But yeah, I am really sad because this has been one of my, I think I've said before in another episode, this has been one of my favorite series to make, and now now that I'm making videos again, I gotta get back into some other stuff. But yeah, I'll get right on that. So I have been Mars. This has been the Rise of the Golden Idol. Curse of the, what's it called? Curse of the Last Reaper DLC. And I will see you soon for something else. Until then, bye!